Thank you guys for tuning in. We're so sorry that you were unable to attend our Ignite Innovation session last Tuesday, but we are so glad that you are looking for more information. So, since you weren't able, we're going to give you the next best thing, and Julie and I are going to attempt to recreate it via voice only.
Yes, we will.
Here we go.
So the first thing we had was a speaker. His name is Aaron Deacon, and he is with the Bi-State Innovation Team that was created to kind of go along with the Google Fiber project here in Kansas City. And he has been tasked with implementing the playbook. You can actually access the playbook on our website, which you'll find at the very end of this presentation. But if you want to learn more or get involved, you can contact Aaron Deacon. His email is on the screen. And after Aaron talked, Dr. Lane spoke a few words. And what was the probably one of the biggest things, and Audrey kind of helped me out with this one, is that Dr. Lane wants us to use this and gives us all permission to use this as an opportunity to learn how students can show what they know rather than take a performance-based assessment. Wouldn't you say that?
Or to take a performance-based assessment instead of a multiple-choice assessment.
Listen to Audrey on that one, not me.
So she talked a little bit about us as educators being able to think outside the box and nothing being too big. So what are some things that you have just been dying to do instructionally? This is our opportunity for you guys to submit projects. Nothing too big, nothing too small. There is a framework, however, because we do want to look at keep our standards, because as you guys know, our kids do need some structure. We do need some standards in our lives to make sure that we are being the best that we can absolutely be at all times. So she really talked about that, but not letting that hold us back, but pushing us forward.
Right, exactly. And being able to collaborate with others across the district, not just within our school.
Yes, very important to go outside of our rooms, our buildings, and possibly our community.
Yes.
This is a quick video you guys can watch. We'll skip.
All right, so how does this work? And we're going to find out if what we're doing is working as well. So this is the first time Audrey and I have done this via Keynote. So we are asking for teams of teachers in and out of school buildings, so you can work with anybody, anywhere in the district, to come up with project ideas. And like Audrey said a few minutes ago, there is no idea too big or too small. So we're asking for a call for requests for proposals. And we have a form and kind of a template, but a couple of things before we go there is our purpose and why are we doing this. We wanted to have teachers have the opportunity to begin to learn and create environments that students will authentically be able to learn. And then in those environments, how do we assess them? And using performance-based assessment is kind of what we need to learn. That's our next step. So that's one of our purposes. And then remembering that it's not about the technology. It's about those 21st century skills. And so we want to make sure that we don't forget that, and we don't focus on the tools, laptops, iPads, and instead we focus on our kids and what are the skills that they need when they leave us, when they go into college, when they go into jobs. We want those skills to kind of come across. So those are really our two purposes.
And one thing to remember in this purpose, and this is a learning experience for everybody, definitely us included. So we are going to do our best with being as transparent as possible with you, and we hope that you will do the same with us. We're hoping that we can create these little pockets of greatness and be able to learn from you, and hopefully you will be able to learn from others. So this is going to be one great big collaborative learning experience for everybody involved. So we want to keep that in mind, that by doing this, you are definitely opening your doors,
right,
to let the world see what's going on.
All right, so what is our process? We've come up with a template, and if you choose to submit a project idea, you will fill out this template. And so what we're going to do is real quickly go through what are the pieces and the components of that template. So kind of a part of the template is a basic thing. We just want the title, the team members, We do encourage you to give us Gmail or what you use to open Google Docs, because we're going to be using Google Docs as our kind of our area to collaborate on the RFPs. So we're going to utilize that. So when you submit team members, we do ask that you submit their name and their contact information where we can send a Google Doc to. Projects will need an essential question. What is that question, that open-ended question that kids need to answer? And then include an abstract. This way we can know what projects are, what kind of is going on in your classroom. We would like it, fairly short, but detailed enough for us to get the gist of the project.
The next thing that's on our list is a media review with supporting data and or references. So this is kind of the 21st century take on a lit review. So instead of providing us with a bunch of articles and journals and that type of thing, maybe you saw a really awesome TED Talk and you're like, this is what I want to do in my school. Or maybe you saw a cool website that kind of sparked your thinking. So that is great. We want you to basically just give us the background as to why you thought that this would be a great thing to do, and how does it work for the kids? What is the purpose behind that? So just share your thinking as to why this is going to be great for our kids. Goals and objectives. So you're going to want to be sure that you include those in your proposal as well. What are you trying to accomplish? What are the steps kind of to get there? And, does that include your content standards? Does it include the 21st century skills that we mentioned earlier, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and communication. And also our college and career readiness standards. How is that going to get them ready for the real world? The next thing is the evaluation, review, and feedback. So what type of performance-based assessment are you going to be using to measure growth in your students? We also are asking that for this next semester you participate in the summative assessments as well, so that we can collect some great baseline data to see how our students are performing in both aspects. And also you may want to look at doing a survey or providing some type of feedback on the project as well, just an overall for how the process worked for you and how it worked for your students.
And with that, Audrey and I will probably be doing interviews and talking to you guys and sending out surveys and things like that, so you can kind of help formulate what this looks like in the future.
Yeah.
So what is the timeline for this? Well, we'd like all of the projects to start in January. So what you'll want to do is formulate some kind of timeline from January through that quarter or the month or however long you want it to be. We would like the projects to start in January, but we would understand if standards don't allow for you to start in January, that you start whenever they do allow for you to start. So just kind of look at your standards and your pacing guide and determine when the best time would be to start. We also want to include any other personnel that are involved and what their roles are. These could be anybody else in your building. They could be people in the community. They could be people overseas. They could be anybody else that you would like to have involved in your project. Cerner, KU Med, Sporting Kansas City. I mean, really the restaurant owners, mechanics, anybody you want to have involved in your project. We want their names and what their roles are going to be. We did include a budget. That doesn't mean that you can ask for a whole class set of iPads or laptops or things like that, but we want you to think about what are some of the resources that you do need. Maybe it's transportation. Maybe you need some money for transportation. Maybe it's consumables. Maybe it's something other than that. We will work with you on trying to find some, or we will work with you, and the foundation will also be working with us to help us come up with some kind of money if you need any. So if you do need money, please let us know. And then the very last thing that you will have is just any additional information that you want to give us about your project. Maybe it could be just about anything. But that's the RFP.
Yeah. Anything we left off, feel free to include it in there.
Exactly. So what we're kind of showing you is when people came in on Tuesday, they were given the opportunity to then work with others in the room and brainstorm ideas, and they drew all over paper, and we'll take pictures of that and probably post it on our Facebook page so you guys can see some of those. We did a gallery walk so that way everybody could take a look at all of the projects, And then here are your next steps. So our website is up on the screen, our BAM21 website. You also notice that the project title and team is due by next Friday, November 9th. That's a really short turnaround, so you've got to be quick and get working with a team. We are going to be posting projects up on our website. So if maybe you're interested but you're not sure if you want to spearhead a team and you maybe want to see what projects have already been submitted, then you can take a look at our website and see what projects are submitted. And we do have we'll have contact information up there, so you can contact the leads of that team and say, hey, I want to get involved.
And those will be posted on the following Monday, which would be the 12th, November the 12th.
Right. So if maybe you want to be involved but you don't want to submit a project, on the 12th of November you'll be able to get involved and attach yourself to a team if you want to. And then the soft date for the RFP is November 30th. And why we kind of say it's the soft date is because that's the date we want you guys to have the RFP finished. But please understand that this is a growing process. So this is a time for, we have a team that's going to be reviewing the RFPs. No RFP will be denied. However, a lot of them will look at them and will say, hey, what if you add this? What if you try this? So we're going to push you guys a little further and make sure that we're hitting on all of our content standards, make sure we're hitting 21st century skills, and in some cases maybe even impacting the community. So
I'm also noticing in the bottom right-hand corner that there's an orange mustache. And
I forgot to talk about that.
We forgot to mention that in the beginning. You guys may be wondering, what in the world is this orange mustache thing all about and why are they everywhere? That is Julie and I's take on a theory known as the purple hat theory by Granovetter. And it's basically a theory about disseminating information and making changes and what it takes to make a change. So in his theory is purple hats, but of course we had to make it our own.
Yes.
If you just wear a purple hat, you are a 0 on the Granovetter scale.
Right.
But maybe you just want to wear a purple hat for no reason, and you just love purple hats, so that's what you are. Julie may look at me and be like, man, Audrey's got a purple hat on. I want to wear a purple hat.
Yep.
So she would be a 1. It only took her one person wearing a purple hat for her to want to wear a purple hat.
Right.
And the process
kind of continues.
Goes on and on and on.
So there are some people that take 5 or 6 people to wear a purple hat for them to put one on.
Right.
Yep.
But for every group to work, there needs to be a person represented at each one of those levels.
Yep.
So this group we are hoping is going to be our orange mustache group or our purple hat groups that are willing to step out, take a chance, and do some things differently without really knowing what's going on.
No. And and knowing that they're the first ones to do this, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have lots of orange mustaches. And in order for you to earn your orange mustache, you have to submit a project or be a part of a project. And so you will see orange mustaches beginning to show up around the district, and we hope that you are one of them. If you have any questions or you need anything, please don't hesitate to email Audrey or I. We're in GroupWise, so email us. And please keep your eyes on our website because it'll be changing all the time.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. All the information's right there on the website.
Yep.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.